Hi guys, Ed from TEDS here with our first look at the Sony a7r Mark IV. The major brands have been releasing mirrorless cameras at breakneck pace over the last 12 months. Nikon and Canon both bumped in with a lot of noise, and Sony hasn't waited long to clap back. And you can tell that they've been doing it the longest. With the a7r Mark IV, they're out to prove that they are doing it the best. Now the headline obviously is the resolution of the sensor. The R in a7r stands for resolution, and it has bucket loads of it. 61 megapixels, which is a lot. This is a full frame 35mm sensor, and the next highest count in that size is the Panasonic S1R at 47, Nikon's Z7 at 46. So there's a lot of daylight between what everybody else is doing and this. Now the sensor is new. It's a backlit Exmor R CMOS, designed and engineered and produced by Sony themselves. In addition to lots of dots, it also packs 15 stops of dynamic range. And you combine that with the pixel count, and this is a tool that enables professionals and tech heads to do brand new things with landscapes, cityscapes, and other genres that have the most impact when they bring out detail across the whole vista of an image. There's a couple of extra things you can do with the amount of resolution on this sensor. The first is shoot crop. If you're shooting a piece of content that needs a more generous depth of field, you can switch to APS-C and still be shooting a 26 megapixel image. Plenty to print with. And the other thing you can do is use the pixel shift feature. There's been a lot of hype around this. You remember it from the a7r Mark III, but now you can stitch together between 4 and 16 shots and create a 241 megapixel image. There are a few other helpful features to keep things sharp, including built-in 5-axis image stabilization, which provides 5.5 stops of protection from camera shake. It's got a new 567-point phase detection AF system that covers 74% of the frame. It's a nice broad spread, delivers rapid autofocus and advanced tracking. Now that speedy focus tracking opens the door to another feature, 10 frames per second continuous shooting. That's at the camera's top resolution. If you crank it down a bit, you can capture up to 68 shots in a burst. And again, the numbers here, it's a lot. The build is fantastic. It's got a bigger grip. Feels more balanced in the hand, or my hand anyway. Improved weather sealing, the buttons feel more robust and responsive. They put a lot of thought into it. There's been much praise for Sony's IAF feature on previous releases, and for good reason. Really smart, it's really reliable, and really helpful, especially when you're shooting video. For humans, for animals, it's the sort of iterative feature that you can see just getting better and better as the science behind it develops. Now the a7r Mark IV introduces IAF for shooting 4K video for the first time, because videographers are definitely paying a lot of attention to autofocus systems when making their purchasing decision. And for the time being, the a7r Mark IV is recording 4K in Super 35mm mode. S-Log is available, it's great, and so is HDR if you need it. I'm a big fan of Sony's color space. It's very adaptable. They found a good way of delivering a pleasing image that's neutral enough that you can sort of shift it any way you like. It's the same touchscreen on the back as for the previous model. It's the same processor as the Mark III. The viewfinder is new and improved, really big and really bright. I've seen a few folks who have inadvertently underexposing their image by a stop or more because they see so much detail in the viewfinder, more than they used to. It's an OLED just shy of 6 million dots. Sony also gave us a couple of accessories to get a look at. The first is their new digital microphone, which uses the hot shoe on the camera. Sony call it a multi-interface shoe, to digitally transmit the audio data directly to the processor. It's all ones and zeros. There's no janky cables. There's no hissy preamp. And it's part of their focus on making this particular model of camera really appealing to the videography crowd. So all of these holes have a microphone capsule in them. There's 8 of them. And that array of microphones gives you a lot more control and precision in how you direct the spread and the focus. And there's a digital signal processor right in the base of the mic, and that talks straight to the processor in the camera. It's very clever and it's a very appealing design. There's a lot of traditional DSLR capabilities being overrun by this camera in terms of resolution and speed, and the one structural advantage that those cameras with optical viewfinders are always going to have over something like this is battery life. Sony have a nice battery grip here. It takes 2 of their batteries inside to keep you shooting all day. It's available in TED stores starting in August, and you can book yours now by visiting teds.com.au. For any questions on this or anything else, you can visit our store, talk to our staff, get in touch with the web department. They're great. And if you're looking to sharpen up your skills, take a look at TEDS Academy. You'll find it on our website and also on Eventbrite. Any other questions about this camera, put them in the comments. We'll get back to you.